I go by the name of AJ Raw. I'm a battle rapper from London. I've been battling for just about nearly 2 years now, since early 2019.
All I need is one mic, and I'ma kill the game, because I am who I am. It was all written and recorded in the lost tapes. It's God's son spitting, and I can keep you still without no max. This one really feel like he's ill. Wait, God's son, one mic, I am, lost tapes, still an illmatic. It was written, you get the picture. Even if we were both dead and mummified, you couldn't fight with me.
I'm definitely trying to establish myself more. I feel like people just need to see my work. That's all it is. People need to see my work and understand, like, you know, I'm really about this lyricism for real. When it comes to this wordplay and this content and this delivery, I'm really about that.
I'm not even gonna hold y'all. This is probably my favorite project, my favorite series to do, because I get to actually reach out to the people directly and get the info from the horse's mouth. Y'all know I like to reach. Salute to the battle rap community, man. Welcome back to the Barography, where we take a rapid fire look into the career and resume of some of your favorite battle rap artists, man. This week on the Battle Rap Barography, we are taking a trip out to London, man. We are getting up with my guy AJ Raw, who has been doing his thing in the battle rap scene out there in the UK for about 2 to 3 years now, man. He's been on multiple platforms, Don't Fly, No Loose Chat, a couple other platforms he's been on in his early career. On the road to 3,000 subscribers as well, y'all. So make sure y'all show support, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into the biography of AJ Raw out in Britain. Let's get it. All right, y'all. Shout out to the UK battle scene. Now, AJ Raw is a Nigerian British battle rapper coming out of the UK area with a career start dating back almost 2 years ago. Though the sample size is small in number, AJ Raw has been defying the odds for years through his creative wittiness.
So I was somebody that would do spoken word at certain events, church events, things like that. And I really started taking spoken word seriously around like maybe 2014, 2015. I'm gonna put some videos out, some content out. And I used battle rap as a way to inspire myself and my writing process. And a lot of people would hear my spoken word and be like, yeah, that sounds like rap. That sounds that don't sound like regular to be or not to be. That's not no regular, because it was a lot of grit, a lot of energy behind it. I really wanted you to feel where I'm coming from, and I was matching the delivery of what I was watching these people do. I watched Calico versus Lux so many times, especially that third round, because I felt like he had an element of spoken word in there that I could pry from. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I was doing, because I could see the similarities between spoken word and battle rap. The only difference is somebody else gets a turn in battle rap, and there's more of a crowd. They're not necessarily there to hear you. They're there for the actual overall show of both parties. And you know, that was something I really leaned heavily on in my spoken word days before I said, I feel like I could do this battle rap thing. Let me try and see what's up with it. So that's what I was doing before battle rap, for sure.
Stand on your J's. Oh, you thought this was gonna be an L for me. Hey, sharpen up. It ain't as easy as you would think. You could die, depending on how sharp my pen is. Just make sure your tank ain't on wait, Jolade. Jolade, do I have to spell it out? I just toyed with your name. Clearly you can see I'm different. Killer lines. Rip through his mind. It will look like Wolverine did it. I'm ahead of my time, like Sophia Stewart. I'm talking Third Eye, Matrix. Everyone thinks they're fire till they're standing in front of Scorpion without the mask. How?
I was actually doing more drama, so more performing arts. That was something that I did. Poetry was kind of outside of school and in my spare time. I did poetry definitely in some of my school plays when I was growing up as well. I was very heavily into like literature and wording and things like that. Even though I wasn't like the greatest in terms of spelling and all of that, I was very connected to poetry. It's how I expressed myself, and I definitely did some plays and some theatrical things of that nature. So I was around the stage constantly. If it wasn't poetry, it was drama, it was music, it was something of an expressive format and way to get my character across and learn how to get in character, learn how to memorize a script, lines, things of that nature. So I was definitely involved in the arts, I would say, from an overall aspect before.
Back in 2019, AJ took on his biggest obstacle, getting into the battle rap scene.
But rap's like he's the smartest in the room. Let's get into it. And Kusi told me, finish your food. And I'ma clean the plate this time, cause my line's insane. Think Doctor Strange, Astral Plane. This round gonna hit and you'll never be the same again. Let's get it straight. JJ say you feel like you'd lose? I reply, not by a long stretch. Only thing I'd lose is my mind when I ride. Body parts split in half when I craft these hearts. Now his heart's part of my trophy case. And you're gonna remember this fatality after I finished him, because the best is what he's not. Hard lines make his body freeze and his head drop. Think Sub-Zero. I was made this way. I've been cold since I started this game.
Poised with stellar work ethic and pen, the boy AJ Raw is sure to be a problem in the battle rap scene with his range of talent.
First of all, I want to say that the Nigerian scene has really flourished for the past couple of months. It's just almost like you know how battle rap is, something will catch on and it will just catch on fire. I was born in Britain, so the British battle rap scene was something I paid a lot of attention to. And at that time, there was no Nigerian battle rap scene at all, or that I was aware of. So I was more into the British side of things. And when I really started paying attention to battle rap, it was around 2011 when Don't Flop was starting to peak, when things was really, really, really trending. Shorty Horror and Arsenal was one of the staples around here in terms of the scene and the growth. Don't Flop, when Don't Flop was at its peak too, you know, in terms of what to watch, man. Tony D, he was the champ around here for a long time. Unanimous, Gemini, people like that. Raptor, people like that. Villain, he was very popular back then also. So those are the people I watched growing up, and then I got aware of Scoop, Villain, Rivers, people like that later on down the line, Tally, and people like that. So the beginning of my journey was very Don't Flop heavy, and then I got aware of platforms like Gift of the Gab and Cold Red, and Chalked Out later on down the line.
Despite how many years you've been in the game, everyone is liable to have ups and downs, dark and shining moments.
I would definitely say I was hesitant. There was a point where I got a scholarship for drama, and I didn't know whether to go full head on or to do my exams because, you know, they clashed, the timetables clashed, and I wasn't really sure what route to take. So I stuck with my exams, and that's just from a dramatical standpoint. I would say later on when I was doing the spoken word, I had to run a group. And, you know, I realized some people just aren't as passionate as you are when it comes to like being committed, or maybe they have their own way of doing things and they might not want to follow the way you're doing it. And all of those kind of things made me just want to really start, take a step back, or kind of just do it in my own time instead of trying to galvanize other people to do it. And then I just realized like, it's all right to be passionate about what you do. And just because some people aren't on the same wavelength as you doesn't mean that they're not as passionate, or doesn't mean that it's something that you need to stop. But I really had to go within myself and realize, like, is this something I really want to do? Because if I want to do it, nothing is going to stop me from doing it. It don't matter who it is. It don't matter if it's myself. Sometimes you kind of got to get out your own way too, you know, because yourself could be an obstacle. So these are kind of conversations that I had to have myself, and I really had to ask myself, are these words important to me? If they are important to you, you're going to learn them and you're going to get them out, and you won't let nothing stop you from doing that. So those are things that I had to kind of take in when I was coming up before all of this stuff.
The UK battle scene in itself is making its own history. Outside of battle rap, AJ Raw has kept busy with his creative juices, co-hosting a dope podcast along with King Aries called the Bundit Podcast.
Sometimes I'm a believer in divine timing, you know. At the time, I was a heavy supporter of just battle rap. It don't matter if it's guerrilla warfare, Black Ice, it did not matter. I would watch. And over here, there was kind of like a reset. I would say around 2018, there was like a reset button, and Don't Flop kind of had to reestablish itself a little bit, and there was more group battle rap outlets, I would say. And I went to a few of these events, and I seen some of my friends perform, and they made me want to do it. But then the deciding actual factors, I would say Scoop was a big deciding factor of that. I'm pretty sure you know who Scoop is. I seen him kill a few people live, and I went from, yo, that's so dope, I'm happy you're doing it, to I feel like I could do this. But then the deciding moment was there was actually a league called Art of Rap. So shout out to Art of Rap. That's where I got my first start. They were building. They wanted to start their own thing. And I kind of started with them because I'm in this group chat. Shout out to Layla every time. Bowie, sorry. If she is there, she knows who I'm talking about. She kind of hit the group chat one time and was like, yo, is there anybody that wants to actually try this? Like, because we were all just in a group and we're crazy about battle rap, but I seen that as like a call, like a opening. And I was just like, you know what? In the back of my mind, I always felt like I could do this. And this is my chance right here. It's a grassroots start, I believe. They're established now, obviously, but I'm going to start with them and build something with them. When you hear me rap, you'll never complain about mumble, muffling, or anything of that nature. I have a big presence and a big vocal projection. So when you hear me rap, I really feel like I bring a grip and presence. I catch your attention off the grip. And I feel like that kind of style is not necessarily appreciated in this day and age. But along with the projection, I also bring in a level of lyricism, especially from where I'm from, where the joke style was kind of what trended, and there's a whole level of grit, realness, authenticity that isn't necessarily put on that pedestal. So I represent that also in a certain sense. I would say lyricism, projection, performance also. So it's a good blend of different things, but those are my two attributes that I feel like stand out the most, which is lyricism and projection.
What do y'all think about AJ Ross, those who have been following him for the last couple of years? What are your thoughts on his overall body of work and his potential?
So me versus Moke, that's my first battle. Then we've got me versus Ronan, second battle. Then me versus FT, that's my third. Me versus Cap is my fourth. I've done one on Don't Flop versus Jay Franklin is my fifth. And I'm about to do a sixth one in February on the 27th. I would say me versus Caps on No Loose Chat. Even though I looked the most calm, I would say I was the most nervous at the same time because I really respect Paris, Tally, and Snoop a lot. And it was my first time on there, and it was against somebody who's established their shout out to Caps. That's like his house back there. So even though I had been doing this for a minute and I was calm, I was also my most nervous also at the same time, just based on the fact that I just knew like I have to put my foot down here. And if I don't do that, and if I mess up, this crowd's gonna let me have it, man. Do you know what I mean? It's similar to I would liken it to We Go Hard. Like if you do good, it trends upwards. If you do bad and you bomb, that also trends too. So that's one battle that I would say I was the most confident and the most nervous at the same time, for sure. He came on 1,000, and if I didn't match his energy, he would have got me clean out of there badly. He was not playing with me at all. And I realized that my mentality to this thing that we call battle rap is slightly different to other people because I was coming there to kill too. And we both matched a certain energy. It was physical, it was lyrical, it was funny, it was performance-wise. The crowd was into it. And after the battle, people really started to take notice of what it is that I do. And everybody seems to reference the second round as their favorite round because of what I did in the second round and how clever I decided to put certain things together. And that's something I would say I learned the most from. Shout out to Caps, he's a big rare. Excuse me. He's a veteran in the game. He's been doing this for a minute, and he decided to step up, especially in the tournament style where a lot of people choose not to do that. He chose to do it, and we made the best battle on that card in the whole tournament. Like the fans give that atmosphere. When you come over here, everybody that comes over to the UK say that we got the best fans just based on the fact that we're into it. We're very passionate about battle rap. the fans give you a certain feel. They're not biased. They let everybody get their stuff off, you know, and they just bring that atmosphere. It's as if we've been watching it and doing it for ages. So that's the first thing, which would be the fans. Second of all, there's a variety. Depending on what style you want, there's battle rappers that do that style. If you want that grit, that raw, that street feel, there's battle rappers for that. If you want that lyricism, that layered rap, there's battle rappers for that. You want jokes, there's battle rappers for that. You want performance, there's battle rappers for that. We're not limited to just one particular style. The unique thing about Britain is there's so many different styles and leagues that cater to those styles and house those MCs. And I believe that you can't just see one particular type of battle rapper and expect that style to be everybody's style. And that's what separates us for sure.
Shout out to the homie from Britain, man, AJ Raw, this week's featured battle rap artist on the Barography, man. I'm Seven Mitchell with T7M Radio. It's dope, but have you caught some of it, like as far as little clips and stuff, and just what you think of that added element to our culture?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say that is a dope ass concept. That's a dope ass concept. And I have seen it recently on Caffeine. I guess they have their own channel on Caffeine.
Right. And he might as always bring the best out of anybody could go against.
He said that in the interview. You know, I think but if you, I really don't care to hear that from a person that loses a battle.
What you mean?
If someone beats you, like he lost, it was said that he